Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to the OCD Mikey live show, where you get to talk with me live and in living color and ask me anything you like about hi-fi. We can discuss whatever we want. This is where the real rubber meets the road. If you don't know who I am, I've been doing this professionally for the last 20 some odd years. I am a dealer, so I am here to sell you stuff in case it's not clear. Everybody else seems to want to hide that fact that they're trying to sell you shit, but I don't. I give it to you real. I tell you that's why I'm here. Let me try and get this properly set. There we go. Oscar, hello everybody from Sweden. Hello, Oscar. Welcome. Good evening, tribe. Shane from Geelong, Australia, our Geelong chapter of the Hi-Fi Tribe. Shane, stay tuned because I'd like to ask you some questions. While maybe we can have you call in. You could actually call me, Shane, if you want to. If you're willing to come on the live stream and talk about your experience with both Bach SP and Fisher and Fisher. I don't know if you are willing to, but let me know and I can take your call and you can just call in and I can patch you in. Hello, Tommy. As always, thanks for the time that you give to this each week. You bet, buddy. Thank you for your attendance. Tommy is part of the Portland tribe. Hello, Mikey Matika. What's going on? Nice to talk to you. Matika's also Portland tribe. Steve Ness, Florida tribe right here. Steve, what's going on, buddy? Long time no talk to. When's that currency thing happening? Let me know, man. I got my dong and I got my what's the other thing I bought? Dinar or dong or no, not Iraqi dinar. I bought dong and I bought rupiah because of you, buddy. So hopefully one day something happens. I also bought Bitcoin. No, some other crypto shit from some other guys, some other tribe members that suggested I buy crypto. Well, not sell us shit, but sell us good shit. That's right, exactly. Yeah, I'm here to sell you the good shit. I'm gonna get you hooked, but actually, I'll get you off the merry-go-round. This is gonna bring us into something else today. We had Steve DeHardy, and he's usually on here. Steve is our another one of our Florida Hi-Fi Tribe members, and Steve is Inside Circle, and Steve was up at another tribe member. Well, he's a tribe member up in Nashville this weekend. Steve was up there doing some work, and he went by the tribe member's house who has Wilson, and he had Jeff Wells amps and Wilson speakers, and he had another rig with what are those called again? Legacy speakers and some other stuff, and his system was not set up right. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of y'all, if you just take speakers and throw them in a room and you just go buy hi-fi and you put it in a room, unless you know what you're doing, it's not going to work right. It's not going to sound right. And it'll sound good, but it's not doing magic, right? For those of us that are seasoned professionals in audio setup, we can come in and listen to them. We can hear it like out of phase. It took me a while to learn what out of phase sounded like. Because I couldn't normally pick it up. Normally I'd come in, if all the frequency was right, if it had bass, mids, and highs, I was like, woohoo, it sounds great. It's kicking ass. But that's not always the case. And he went over there and Steve listened. He was like, okay, it was, relatively impressive. However, it was a flat 2-dimensional soundstage, no imaging. So he set the speakers and he did some things with the streamer, and he brought an amp of his own that he liked, and now the Wells amps are going to be sold, I think, to another tribe member. And And this guy, he was stoked. He was unbelievably happy with how it turned out, how the rig was finally tuned. He couldn't believe it. He was like, I couldn't believe my system sounds this good. He might be with us if he's on here. I'm not going to say his name unless he wants his name to be known. but so yes, you got to get the setup right, man. That'll be part of what the tribe does. We'll be offering that nationwide. Because everybody needs to have, you need to have the stamp of approval. You need to have a professional come in and listen to your rig. And it's especially hard for people that live in the middle of Kansas or some shit like that, Mansfield, or wherever, Ohio. Isn't that Ohio? Or that's Ohio, I think. If you don't have somebody to listen to your rig, you could, if you don't know any better, you'll be listening and going, wow, okay, I think everything sounds great, but you don't know really. And then one of us comes in and listens and we're like, okay, it's out of phase. There's something wrong. It's, and we can figure it out. We can get the imaging up. We can turn it from a flat 2-dimensional thing that sounds good into a 3-dimensional magical, sleigh ride or whatever you want to call it, turn it into something really enjoyable. Hey, Nick Panizzi, what's going on? He is the tribe. He's Boston tribe. And Nick is a guitar guru, guitar aficionado, guitar tech, and also a vinyl master. Nick is our vinyl historian. Nick knows a lot about music, a lot about pressings and what albums people made. And Nick ran a record store, and he is one of our vinyl gurus for sure. So anybody wants to know anything about vinyl, ask Nick Panizzi, because he will tell you, and guitars too, and amplifiers, guitar amps. In Australia, we get absolutely rear-ended with prices. Yeah, that's too bad, man. That sucks. By the time it gets down there, I guess it just takes a lot of fuel or something. I don't know, man. You guys make some cool shit though, don't you? Doesn't Plinius come from Australia? Let's see. New Zealand is Antipodes. Dunleavy and Duntech speakers come from Australia. That's some pretty good stuff, man. You don't have to worry about any tariffs on that. We just got some new tariffs. U.S. just imposed some new tariffs on Chinese shit, basically. And I can use the word shit with Chinese if I feel like it, which I do. And then we also tariffed the pass-throughs, the two places where people would ship Chinese shit and then ship from a location in Mexico or Canada, which are right on our borders, to get around the tariff. So we fixed that now, didn't we? There's a new tariff on Canada. There's a new tariff on Mexico. There's a new tariff on China. So anything Chinese coming through Canada or Mexico is still going to get biffed. So they're going to have to get pretty creative. But, I mean, really, Canada is like a no man's land insofar as sales. All the Canadian sellers want to sell down into the United States. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't even think there's that much sales that go on. I mean, there's several of them up there, but I don't know. It seems like they really want to sell down into the United States. So that will change things up if they're shipping from Canada now. Won't make it so easy for them to sell into the U.S. Tommy Kehoe. Hello, Mikey. Does the MPD6 come only in silver outside case color? Yes, it does. That is the only color. The gold Santos looks sharp. Subtried. Nick Sardone. Sardone knows the watches, man. Yeah, rose gold, buddy. Yeah, he can. He's got a good eye. I love it, man. It's a great piece. My first gold piece. Shane, please call in. Okay, Shane, look, they want you to call in. I need you to say it's cool, brother, and then you just call me on the WhatsApp, and I can Bluetooth in to let me see here. I've got a number 2 that I can. Let me see if I can do this. Let me do this. Let me go here, and let me see this, and let me go here. Let me edit. Let me create one. Let's see. I'm going to go like this. Call in number is 415-484. I'll have a toll-free one. I've got one, but I just have to port it over. That way, anybody from the, whatever country I think can dial in. 5121. Okay. So let's see. Scroll across the bottom. Ticker add banner. Let's see. So let me try this in. There it is. Call in number is 415-484-5121. Let's first get to Shane and see. But then if anybody watching feels like calling in and you'd like to discuss your question rather than let me edit this anyways. I want to make it better. Okay. OCD Mikey call-in number. Let's see. Go like this, like that. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Call in number. Okay. Okay, cool. So I got this. Let's see. Okay, so save this. Okay, and then there we go. OCD Mikey, call-in number is 415. Let me first see if Shane is going to join us. Let me take this off. And then let me see if Shane is going to join us before where is Shane? Let me look for his response here. I'm back from the doctors and you're still firing, mate. I'll jump on. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So let me see. Let me connect my Bluetooth. And then Shane, you can go ahead and let me see. Let me make sure my Bluetooth is connected. Let's see. Bluetooth is connected. So Shane, go ahead. Let's give it a shot, man. Call me on WhatsApp, and then I'll answer, and that would be fine. Let's give it a shot, Shane. Let's see. Let's wait for Shane. Meanwhile, while we're waiting on Shane to call in, I will go back to where we were. Talk with you guys. Good evening from Chicago. Good evening, Ziggy. Was talking about Chicago pizza tonight. We went out and had some New York extra thin style. And I was saying, man, that really hit the spot, man. It was really, really good stuff. It's shit. 5 minutes for me. Like, I mean, we could walk there really. But I was like, it still isn't Chicago pizza. It's still not deep dish. It's still not, the one I like. And I guess Chicago people maybe don't like it so much. Pequods. Okay, here is Shane. Let's see. Shane, how are you, buddy?
Not you. Hey, I'm a little bit further down, mate. You'll see there's a message there. I'm actually currently in transit on my way to a doctor's appointment.
Oh shit!
For half past the hour.
Oh, okay, got you, buddy. Okay. Well, you're patched in. You can say hi to everybody if you want to.
Hi, tribe. Love you all. Love. I certainly, once I get back from the doctors, everybody, I'm happy to jump on there and talk about all the fruity subjects that Nike wants to put at me.
And they're going to be fruity. All right, man. Well, holler back after you're done, man.
I shall. Yeah, for sure. If you're still rocking,
if I'm still around, yep. Just holler. I'll put you on.
All right, brother.
Okay, buddy. Thanks.
See ya.
Okay, so for everybody that's listening, let me see. How was that? Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is my gain knob. I've got both hardware and software adjustment on this. So, and I think I have to find the software to bring. Was Shane loud enough for you guys? or should I bring that mix in harder? Let me know. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Tribe from South Carolina. What's up? Teddy boy. Good to see you, man. Good to see. I mean, it's like seeing you guys. I see his name and then I see him in my head. He's this Charles is South Carolina Tribe. And this is a deep cat, man. You want to get into some deep existential shit? You want to talk about wild stuff? Talk with Charles, man. Charles, you got to come on if you can talk about some of those things. Charles has had a very interesting life, and he could tell us some. He's all full of stories, man. He's got great stories. He's like full on fireside chat, smoke a stogie, and hang out with Charles for sure. You'll definitely hear some great stories. Hello, Michael. You are the pearl of the hi-fi world. Straight talking, common sense. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it. Is this enough for you guys for me to do just live streams? You know, do you miss? I'm when I do just live streams, I mean, it works for me. I love to interface with you guys. My favorite thing to do. But it doesn't garner as much like new subscribers, which you know, I want to keep that growing for just not for monetization, but for like just relevance, just so it doesn't, you know, I'm not the small guy on the tree, you know what I mean? So if anybody's listening right now that hasn't subscribed, just give me a subscription, you know, it's free, whatever, and it helps. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, that helps the silly algorithm. But typically this is more fun for me to do because it's real shit. We're real here. We're talking. By the way, since Shane is in the doctor's office, I'm going to put this up here and we're going to run this. So here is your, you can call in if anybody wants to talk, and bring up a question or something like that. Go ahead and just call that number below, and we'll patch you in, and you can talk with us live. But thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. I got to show you guys the new Fisher and Fishers that I've got. I've got the 170, the 270, and the 370, all three in my listening room, plus those AirTech panels that the 120, the 170, the Fishers, I got to tell you about. I mean, I'm clear they are freaking phenomenal. I can't say enough about them, so I really don't talk much about them because it's like talk is cheap. Everybody talks about how good shit is. And really the bottom line, I may make this announcement. Everybody listen up. I will have the Fisher and Fisher 370s in Florida. And I think I might have told you this last live stream. AGD Productions chose Fisher and Fisher for their room. It is going to be room number. Let's see if I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down here. 362. 362. Room 362 at the Florida audio show. You can hear the Fisher and Fishers, and you can meet me. I'll be there too. And you can meet Alberto from AGD and his lovely wife, Daniela. And listen to some killer tunes and listen to what I consider to be the best Class D amps on the market with clearly my favorite speakers. So here comes our first call in. It's going to be Tom Clark. Let's answer. Whoops.
Call from
Tom Clark.
Oh, wow. What's that?
To accept, press 1. To
I've never
send a voicemail, press 2.
To accept, press 1. I never had that happen. That's weird. Hey, Tommy.
Thank you.
What's
Hey,
up,
dude.
How are you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. You're live, brother. So I just want to let you know that first, so
Cool.
you don't.
Yeah.
So you know you're live.
Get all the. I just wanted to break the ice on this call-in thing. I think it's a good addition to what you do, and still moving the 570s around, enjoying them all the time. I had a night 2 nights ago, listening to music for an hour in the evening, dude. It all came together, and it was freaking heaven. So thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
But,
so that people
I want to encourage people to give you a call and stuff, and explore this new aspect of your show.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah. Thanks for doing that, man. So that everybody's up to speed. Tom recently got a pair of 570 Fisher and Fishers, threw them into his rig, and was flabbergasted? Is that fair?
Yeah, dude, it's taken me like 2 weeks to sort through it and kind of like start to be able to like just check out what's going on with them. But like I said the other night, it all came together. I think I'm got in a nice position, and it was just a great hour of just listening to music.
That's great, man. It was
thank you.
it was the magic was happening.
Yeah, that's what we all seek, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just beautiful. So yeah, it all hit home for me about what's happened in my house. So thanks again.
That's awesome.
And encourage other folks to explore this new aspect of Mikey's thing. And
yeah, man.
Hope everybody has a good live stream.
Yeah, man. Thanks, brother. I appreciate your calling.
All right, Mikey.
Okay.
See you, Tribe.
Okay, cool. See ya. Okay, so that's as easy as it is. Anybody, you can just call in and be part of the thing here. I think it's pretty cool. So any of you sitting there thinking about it, just do it. Holla at a brother. Very soon now. Okay, Steve is knows about the currency exchange that is going to happen, and Steve has plans, and some of those plans include a big hi-fi rig. You know, a lot of my folks that are investors, you know, they invest in different things. Some do currency, some do stocks, some do the crypto, and you know, when that stuff does well, they're like, Mikey, my Bitcoin's gonna hit. When it hits, I'm buying $100,000 rig, and then boom, there it goes. Harsha, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Harsha loves Cartier. I didn't normally like Cartier, because I think they're kind of they're beautiful watches. Don't get me wrong, but they were a little too pretty for me. You know, I'm not a dress watch guy necessarily, but this bad boy, I was like, dude, that thing's all black, and then it's got a rubberized bezel. It's rose gold. So look at the contrast between having a full solid chunk of gold. This is a half pound of gold sitting there, you know, with, you know, cut or offset by black rubber. So it tones it down. It's not a gold band, or I got to use the correct term. It's not a gold bracelet. You know, it's a rubber strap. So it's a nice contrast. You know, I'm getting this actual band, yeah, it's a band, right? Strap band, whatever, is a little too big. So I've got a new one coming from Cartier, but I caught the bug, man. You guys got me into it. You know, I've got some clients that are watch people, man, and I never got watches. I just thought they were silly jewelry things, like, it just serves time. Casio would be just as good or whatever. But nope, man. And I didn't think I would catch it, but I fully caught the watch bug. So I'm starting a collection. I've got 4 pieces now, so I'm gonna keep trucking. Hey, Pete's also down under. Good to see you, man. I've got a doctor's appointment half hour. Okay, that was the thing. Okay, cool. Brothers from another mother. Rob, interesting, Mikey, that you don't carry really any U.S. built equipment. I do. Playback Designs, which is probably my number one. Same reason why anyone with sense would buy an American car. I don't know. I'd argue you on that one. I'd much rather have a German car than an American car. You know, I don't really. Which American car is like? What do you want? A Ford? You want a Chevy? I mean, I get Chevy trucks. Okay, here we go. We got Mark Smith. We got caller number 2. Okay, let's see.
Call from
Mark Smith.
Okay, there we go.
to accept, press 1. To send a
That's weird. So it must do this. Welcome, Mark. It does a thing where you have to clear people on the way in. That's interesting. It doesn't normally. My phone doesn't normally do that. It must be for the broadcast thing. So, welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Mike. By the way, I'm the person that got the AA deck.
Yeah, I remember.
So I came in on Friday. You want to hear my opinion?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Yeah, man,
well,
please share it.
It's interesting because I first started listening to it, and I couldn't really, I couldn't get as excited as I wanted to about it.
Uh-huh.
And about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes after starting to listen to it, it just bloomed.
Yeah.
Things started changing, and I started hearing all sorts of things that I'd never heard in recordings before. And I was using the prior DAC was a Macintosh. It was built into the integrated, and also a external Cambridge DAC. Nothing sounded like this. The audio analog was amazing.
Yes.
Rooms sounded bigger. Soundstage was wider. Details were coming out that I've never heard in my life.
Isn't that great?
It was phenomenal. It was everything you said it was going to be, and I really appreciate it. I thank you.
You bet, man. Yeah, thanks for trusting me and going ahead and buying one. You know, I mean, now I know.
Go ahead. I was going to say, now I know where to go if I ever need anything else. Because if I'm still searching for sound, but right now I'm not.
Right, man. Yeah, at some point, y'all got to just find somebody that you trust, and then just, make them your person. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
Finding a doctor, an attorney, or a workout coach or whatever. Somebody, you just have to be able to trust them, right? And so
exactly, yeah.
So yeah, and the other important thing too is letting the AA DAC break in. I remember I had a client who was really picky, and he was comparing the AA DAC to his big rig, which was like a $25,000 M Labs D2 or something, DV2. And he's like, it's not quite as good. And I'm like, dude, it's a $5,000 DAC. It better not be as good as your, $25,000 thing. And he was like, and he spent some time with it. And all of a sudden, after a certain amount of time, it'll break. It'll have two break-ins. It'll have one break-in, like right when it starts to settle in, a couple hours in. And then it'll have another one after a couple hundred hours. And it just gets better. So what's the fun thing for me is when people call up right after they get it and they're like, oh my God, this is so good. And I go, yep. And that's the shittiest it's going to sound. It's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun.
And just so the tribe knows as well, I have Magico speakers, and
cool.
And I said, I'm not changing anything. I mean, this thing sounds so great now.
Awesome. And what amp are you using, or what amps?
It's the Macintosh 5300.
Cool. Okay, good, great, man. Well then, yeah, so the combo works well. I'm sure the combo of the Macintosh being a little more musical and liquid kind of probably complements the Magico well, I presume.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny, there's only one song that you had recommended, which I like the song, but you had said with the beryllium tweeters, you might have to leave the room. And ordinary world, it's like, even with the new DAC, it's sort of a little too bright.
Yeah. There, it's a thing to behold. There's ways to sort of tame that out, but they are very, very analytical or accurate type, speakers. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to take too much time. Let's let the tribe enjoy.
Okay. Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Take care, Mark. Okay.
Take care.
You bet. Okay, look at that. Look at how our call-in is working, man. It's working pretty well. Anybody else want to come in? The number's on the bottom. Come down, call in, and feel free to join the discussion. So let's see. Yo, Tommy, what's up, buddy? Is that a tank on your wrist? It's not a tank. It's a Santos. It's a Santos 100. Let's see. Where am I? Mikey, a Roland 112 amp sound, and how much better is newer Roland's? About same power. The Roland's, the newest Roland's are always better. Jeff will not make a new amp unless it improves on the old amp. There is no situation where an older Roland is any shape, way, or form better than the newer Roland of the same number series, right? Okay, so like an older top of the line might be better than a newer bottom of the line or something like that. But if you're looking at the 1 series, okay, which is now the 125, it is better than, I don't even know what a 112 is. But the new Rolands are just, he's always improving stuff. So I don't know, how much better to give you like a quantification, how much better. I don't know how to do that, but I can tell you the new ones are better. And if it's the older Class D stuff, I don't touch anything that is Class D that isn't new Class D. The newest Class D is the stuff that really actually is the best. You know, that is something that has been, that's the only things that they're really developing in terms of amp technology. Jeff Rowland takes Class AB higher than anybody else. But typically Class AB is older tech. So, but the older Class D stuff, I don't like it. I don't like it myself personally. Hello, tribe. The mic sounds great. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Getting a little pop. I can, I gotta sit back a little bit or turn my gain down a little bit, but it's easier for me to talk with the gain up a little bit. Interesting, Mikey doesn't carry any. We already got that. Same reason anybody with sense wouldn't buy American cars. Yeah, I agree with you. Except for American trucks. Okay, American trucks kick ass. There's no question about that. We got the pickup market. I guess Toyotas are pretty damn good too. But Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, forget about it, man. That's our cornerstone. But yeah, Mustang, whatever. I mean, there are some cool ones. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I don't want to piss anybody off. But I'd rather have a Porsche. I am back from the doctors, and you're still firing. Oh yeah, we got that. Mikey, what's the difference between 170 and 270? I have a small room, 15 by 11. Is the larger speaker worth it? Yes. The 270 gives you a deeper register of bass. That is what we noticed. We listened to them side by side. 270 gives you another octave like of bass. It's just stronger in the bass. And the output. You can see the dust caps on the front. The motor structure of the drivers in the 270 are more beefy. They're just bigger motors. You can just see, okay, I can play this thing louder. I can just play it louder. So a 270 will scale up bigger. You can give it more juice. You can play it at a higher SPL, and it has better bass. And then the 370 is kind of the next step, but 15 by 11, I mean, you could use either in 15 by 11. It just depends on, what kind of, how much more do you want, the larger speaker is worth it. It's only, what is the difference? Let's see. It's 9,000. And then I think I'm trying to go from the top of my head, 9,000 and then 12 or something like that. And then 16 for the 370. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's not that much more. And yeah, you do get a lot more. Oh no, Shane's too scared to go live with Mike. No, he's not. Definitely not. If not tonight, would love you to have Shane call in sometime. Yeah, he will call in. He will call in a little bit later. I'm going to hide the current banner for a while so it doesn't bug you guys. Let's see where I lost my spot already. There it is. Silvio, hello, Mikey. What are the headphones you're wearing? Looks like Audio Technica. That's exactly what they are. These were Tony from Tony sent them to me because he had an extra pair because my HD 650s are broken or something. They're not working out of one side. And so this is not, I normally wouldn't pick Audio Technica brand, but he is a recording guy and he used them. The thing I don't like is they don't have an adjustment, man. There's no way to adjust these things. And they're kind of big, man. They're sort of heavy and there's not enough spring on them. So they kind of sag. If I move around, they don't, I don't like the fit of them. But they seem all right. And really all I'm doing in the show is just talking. There's not music, so I don't need to scrutinize music using these headphones. They're just for vocal, and microphone and stuff. Mikey, you got some new cans on you. Yes, these are the whatever Audio Technica ATH A990Z, whatever. They're $200, nothing special. Shane will cancel appointment. No, I want to see this. Plus, Shane isn't scared to call it like it is. Yeah, we'll have him back if we get him afterwards. Mike, what do you think of PS Audio hi-fi equipment? To be specific, that Sprout DAC. I don't know anything about the Sprout DAC. Was that the one that was the failure that like the Sun tried to do? I know they had one product launch that was a complete fail, and I think it was maybe it was the Sprout. It was some little, I think it was either a little amp or a little DAC something that was a failure, I guess. And I just think it flopped. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong. What I think about PS Audio Hi-Fi, I totally respect the company for what they've done because they're a big company and they're well known, and but they're smack dab in the middle of mediocrity as far as I'm concerned. But again, I'm OCD hi-fi guy. I have an extra level of scrutiny for audio gear, and I don't like the stuff that's good. I like the stuff that's great. Okay, so just good doesn't do it for me. I don't get excited about good. And 90% of the stuff out there is just good stuff. You go to the show, you're going to hear a bunch of good rooms. You're going to hear very few great rooms that blow you away, that leave you going, holy shit, what the hell is going on in here? Something is different in this room than every other room. If you go to AGD at the Florida, you'll see what I'm talking about. It will be something different that you don't get in the other rooms. I'm expecting. We're going to be using Alberto's new DAC and preamp and his stuff, and we will showcase it as well as good as it can be showcased. Let's put it that way with these speakers. But so PS Audio to me is just like what's another brand? It would be like Parasound. They kind of are like the same thing to me. You could interchange them and it would be the same thing. What would be another like I don't know. I kind of ignore these brands. But for people that are sort of learning and on their stepping stones and stuff like that, I think it's a good sort of a stepping stone brand, I would call it, something that you just sort of try and then you get out of, you know. I think if you are going to use a PS Audio DAC, you should use what is that thing called? Direct Stream DAC. They're top of the line. That's the one that, but if you're in a certain price point, I don't know how much is a Sprout, $1,000 or something, I tend to like other things, but that's it. Shane, phone in from the waiting room. Shane, just kidding. Yeah, he was. Good evening, Mikey. Love tuning in for education. Thanks, Stephen. Well, give me some questions then, man. How can I educate you? I'm happy to help. Paul McGowan is one super smart, wise, hi-fi guy like you, Mike. Yeah. he's got more experience than I do. And he said some things the other day, which I don't know how I ended up watching a little piece of what he was saying. But he said something that I have said all along. And I thought, well, good to hear that there's somebody else that feels the same way, which is that audio systems are go from like good, where it's just like, it's okay. It's two-dimensional stuff. And then you get to like a point where you can hear the good recordings and the bad recordings. And some people think my system is so good that I can hear the bad recordings really well. You're in the middle at that point. When bad recordings sound bad and you can't listen to them, your system is still not dialed in. It's still not world-class. A world-class audio system, regardless if it's a bad recording, you're still going to get all the emotion from the singer. You're still going to get what they're putting across in the song. You might think to yourself, yeah, that's not the best recording, but it doesn't bother you. But in the middle point, when you're in the middle point with your rig, the bad recordings are going to bother you. If bad recordings bother you in your system, that is your sign you're not done yet setting up your rig. Your rig is still not there. It's halfway there. And Paul acknowledged that in his thing. He talked about it. I was like, wow, that's cool. He gets it, man, because not a lot of people understand that. A lot of the hi-fi sounding stuff, the dealer type sound that I talk about, that is where bad recordings still sound bad. It's still middle of the road for me. It's not across the line. But he knew about what I speak of. Hello, Nick, my brother. Nick Panazzi, I usually come over to Boston, New Hampshire over the summer. I would like to come over and listen to a good rig. There you go, Oscar. You listen to Nick jam on some guitar, man. Dunleavy was produced in Colorado when they were in operation. The company died when Dunleavy passed away. Okay, so Duntech is Australia, right? Methinks George might be trolling. Me, I have no idea. Mike, do you know that Moon hi-fi such as DAX are made in Canada? Yes, it's called Sim Audio. I've never even heard of Moon. Moon was a certain line by Sim Audio. And yeah, they're in Canada. It's going to be harder they're not going to be as desirable down here now. What he's doing makes sense. It's going to make imports, at least from Canada, Mexico, and China, less attractive. So this chi-fi shit, your little free ride has ended. They're no longer going to be such a great deal. People aren't going to like chi-fi as much anymore because it's going up in price. And at that point, you might as well buy Danish stuff, or I say Danish because I have a new OnTech DAC that I sell that's $2,500. Greetings from Asheville. What's up, man? The sets are sounding amazing. Okay, so this is Frank. Good, buddy. Take care of those. Frank came down and bought a pair of Nat Audio single-ended triode monoblocks. And Frank's young, man. How old are you, Frank? Let us know. Frank's in his 30s, man. Aren't you? And he's a good guy, man. Frank came down. He drove down and took a pair of monoblocks with him. Hey, Mikey, what's the best 12-volt power supply for micro Zodal M22 in your opinion? Polixer, Farad, S booster. I don't know. The Farad is the only one that I know about, and I've met the guys and I've seen I was in Netherlands at the Farad location, and I would go with Farad just because I saw how they build. I talked with the designer, the circuit designer, and how he sees things. They're good people. And I like the whole vibe. I don't know the other guys, so I don't even if I have a choice, I'm going with Farad just because I saw how they were built, man. And these guys are serious about how they do stuff. So I would choose Farad. Also, anyone tried E-Disc Creation? Oh, E-Disc Creation. What is that? Is that like a burning software or something? Good evening from Annapolis, Maryland. What's up, Kemper Holt? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome. Oh, Mikey Hotline. You know it, Larry. Tempting you, brother. Got a Mikey Hotline. Hey, Rocky, what's up, man? Rocky is South Carolina tribe. Rocky's Winston-Salem tribe. G'day, tribe. David's throwing us some Aussie slang here. David's in Houston. No. David, are you in Houston or no? You're in Fort Worth. David's in Fort Worth. Do you got a cowboy hat? That's what I want to know. David, aren't you a New Yorker? David moved down to Texas. Do you have a cowboy hat yet? Dude, you should. I would fully rock a cowboy hat. If I was down there, I don't know, because you can't really you got to kind of be a cowboy to wear a cowboy hat. I would want to wear one because I think they're badass. And the coolest things about cowboy hats is they keep the rain off of you. That's the coolest thing, man. I guess it doesn't rain much down there. Maybe it does in Houston. But a big old badass cowboy hat. They're cool. I went to the Dallas Safari Show and I see these dudes that are full on cowboy, rancher, whatever these dudes are called, cowboys, I call them, you know. And I just look at them like in awe. I'm like, these dudes are so, I'm so like, I'd like to meet some of those guys. They look like they like to have fun and do crazy shit because they ride bulls and stuff like that. But I've never had a friend, you know, that's a full cowboy dude, you know, that wears like Wranglers and boots and a freaking cowboy hat. But I look at these dudes like, wow, like I've met every type and had friends from every walk of life, every different creed, race, color, religion, whatever. I'm like that. I like different cultures. But cowboys, I still don't know what cowboys are like. I'm like, interesting dudes, man. They look like they like to have fun. You know, they look like they like to fucking be rowdy, you know. Dr. Feelgood. Who's Dr. Feelgood? Down, chicka, 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 down, 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 chicka, 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 down, down. And as they say, Playback Designs is really Swiss German engineering. Yep. I'm guessing only Jeff Rowland and AGDs are the US made products. All speakers are not. Yeah. Who cares, man? I buy what's good. I don't care where it's made. It just has to be good. You know, it has nothing to do with where it comes from. I'll take it from sub-Saharan Africa if that's where it comes from. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter as long as it produces. But yeah, it's interesting to think of where, I mean, it's not a surprise, you know. Is it a surprise that good engineering comes out of Switzerland? No, that's not a surprise. Is it a surprise that good engineering comes out of Germany? No, that's not a surprise. Is it a surprise that beautiful things come out of Italy? No, that's not a surprise, you know. I mean, there's just certain things. And is it a surprise that the most macho shit comes out of Italy, the most powerful cars, the most powerful motorcycles, the most intense, passionate, beautiful stuff comes out of Italy? It's no surprise, you know. So yeah, Europe makes some great stuff. Thank God there's no tariffs on Europe at this point. Volume was a little too low. Okay, yeah. For that call in, I turned it up though. I think you noticed. I raised for the call-ins. He was about half of your volume. Yep. Okay, thanks for answering. Yeah, I found the way to turn it up now, and I turned it up in those last two calls. Tutti Frutti. Oh, Judy. Tutti Frutti. Hey, what? Judy? Was that Little Richard? I don't know. You tell me, David. Do you know Brian Lucy, the master engineer from Magic Garden Studio? No. He got those Evolution Acoustic MM3 speaker with the crazy crossover in his studio. Oh, that's cool. We're happy for him. Call step that you can do the call thing now. Yes. Cool thing. Is a playback design amplifier good? It's not good. It's fucking great. And do you recommend it and sell it? It's yes. I'm the top seller in the globe for playback designs. I sell more than anybody in the world. And yes, I recommend it. I've compared it to, not only is it the most organic, natural, what the playback designs does that no other DAC is capable of is they will either do one or the other. They will either have immense, great leading edge detail, or they will have a warmth and musicality. Playback designs is right dead in the middle. It's not, it has all the detail of the hyper detailed DACs, but it's not aggravating. Those DACs, many of them, almost all of them that I've heard, get aggravating in certain songs. Playback designs does not do that. It's the most natural sound. It is absolutely worth its price. It is a premium. It's not a cheap DAC, right? It's very well built. But shit, I've got probably going close to 50 pieces out in the field. Everybody just you know, they get what I'm talking about when they put it in. They're like, they're like, thank you, Mikey. My DAC search is over. My system, I've reached new highs. You know, I don't recommend regular stuff. It's why I carry as little as I carry. If you look on my website, it doesn't have 1,000,001 brands and a bunch of different DACs and all that stuff. I have very specific, very few pieces because I only carry stuff that I know is my level. If it's right down the middle good, I won't carry it. It's not good enough for me. I don't care. It's just not going to carry it. It has to be great. It has to be a lot better than all the other things that are in at its price point, and it's got to beat stuff at twice its price point. And so that's the kind of stuff that I get. So yes, it is highly recommended. I couldn't recommend it any higher than I do. Are you here in the United States? Where are you? Yeah, you can raise the volume on the phone call. Okay, cool. I did. Bring back the unboxing videos. You like the unboxing videos, huh? Those are so silly, so stupid. You know, I used to have the motivation to make funny ass videos. I don't know what it is, you guys. It's like I used to be motivated to make videos all the time. But the more I watch what's happening on YouTube and the more bullshit that I see that is being spewed on YouTube, it's just like, why even bother? You know, the channels that have 100, 200,000 subscribers are like, I look at it and I'm like, wow, this is really what people are after. Then, you know, it's just, it doesn't, I'm not motivated for it. You know, it's all just bullshit. You know, if you're not being marketed, everybody's marketing something, as you know. The other thing that gets me are all these new freaking supplements, health supplements. It's like everybody and their brother is the new genius making health supplements, right? They all figured out what suppliers to go make their own Kachava, you know, or AG1 or whatever. And it's just different concoctions using the same shit. They just have different levels of it or different lists of it in their stuff. And you can go buy that stuff bulk. I can buy whatever turmeric in bulk, man. I don't need to buy. If you buy a bottle of supplements in capsules and it's $30 for that bottle, it's such a freaking ripoff. There's so much profit in it. It's not even funny. And then you're taking one little teeny pill, you're taking some little half-ass amount of it. When you can buy bulk, there's companies out there. Bulk supplements is one of them. You can go there and get bags of that shit, and it's not in a capsule. So you have to mix. You have to make a smoothie or a shake or something like that. But you can take. I buy bulk, and then I put it into a big jar all together. I mix my levels, you know, of Bacopa, chlorella, ginseng. What are the other things? Go to cola, protein. I've got so many. I mean, I'm drawing a blank right now. Ashwagandha. Just so many things. If you just pay attention, you can get all that shit and you mix it and whatever. I know I'm getting totally off the subject, but you know, it's just, I mean, with the way the algorithm works and finds what you're looking at and markets to you, it's absolutely nuts. So when I see all these shilling, these things, and these guys pretending to be engineers that are not, okay, like yeah, they may be self-taught, but Danny Ritchie is not an engineer. Okay, he from what I hear. Now he can refute that if he want. He can show us his engineering degree if he really is an engineer. But from what I know, he's not an engineer. But everybody would just assume that he is. It doesn't mean that he can't design shit. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that people can mislead and just do whatever they want. And they've got friends, you know, these guys make friends. Danny and Ron are friends. So Ron has 100,000 subscribers. Danny has 80. So they help each other sell shit, right? So Ron comes on, oh, I'm not getting paid to do this. Of course you're not. You're his buddy, dude. You know, we don't pay our buddies to do shit. Like it's a big thing, you know, because evidently the other stuff is paid for. But anyways, so yeah, hope it doesn't degrade in you having to dress someone down in real, it doesn't degrade in you having to dress someone down in real time. I don't know what that means. Oh, if somebody comes on live stream, miss the autopsies. Okay, I got one I can drop tomorrow. I got a cable autopsy that I did that I can drop tomorrow. Show you guys what's inside these fucking Analysis Plus. Yeah, it's copper braid shield, flat braid in a lamp cord arrangement. You know, like it's something special with a beautiful, cool, you know, nylon outer jacket in purple and silver, and then shrink, plastic all the way down it. And then you just mark it up to $3,000 or whatever. I think they're $1,500. Tom's volume was pretty good. Okay, cool. So I did adjust that. I use a Garmin running watch, GPS running watch. There you go. Well, you are a runner, so that makes sense. It is a different. This is not like what you use. What you use probably reads all your health things and does that. Has a function. This thing tells the time. It doesn't even have the date on it. And it's it is a it's a certain level of sophistication in these watches that are just interesting to see the design sophistication of them. And so for somebody that likes mechanical things like I do, I like mechanics. I'm bewildered by how amazing these watches are and how beautiful some of them are. The movements and everything. Just quite something else. Mikey, not a fan of frilly jewelry. No, man, I'm not. I'm not. The only and I don't consider it frilly. Like I would never wear diamonds. Okay, that is one thing I would never fucking wear. I don't care what. It's not gonna. There's not gonna be any diamonds on Mikey. Or even gemstones. Really, maybe. I don't have my necklace on. I got a piece of an Aztec Colombian thing that has some emerald in it that my dad gave me when he died. So I use that, but it was his. But I would not. I'm not the soft hands wear loafers. I can't wear loafers, man. I can't wear slippery fucking shoes. I just can't. It feels like I feel like I'm in a weird way. This is a weird thing. It's got to come from some sort of like being on the I've never been on the street per se, but somebody that has a little more street in them. I would say I probably have like loafers or slippery shoes feel like I'm at a disadvantage. It feels like I can't run. I can't stand my ground and hold ground. I would slip. I can't climb shit. I don't know why, where I get that from, but loafers, I just, they're like, it's like a elf shoe or something. Like a loafer. No, it's just, I can't do a loafer. It's a slippery shoe, You're not working, I mean, I guess like that's not well, you're not working if you're a blue collar person, I guess. But plenty of white collars will go into their office wearing, it's just a different thing. It's like, and frilly jewelry or watches seem to go along with loafers and clothing like that and neckties and shit like that, which, no, man, this thing has I feel like I could bonk it, it's protected kind of, but I ride motorcycles, I shoot guns, I'm unloading boxes, I'm lifting shit, I'm like in my car, if it needs the battery, I'm putting the charger on there, I'm doing shit like that, it's like I don't. So I would never wear a frilly watch or like a pretty jewelry thing like that, even though I think they're beautiful, like some of those Allange, Allange, Longa. I can't remember how you fucking say it. I don't really care. Beautiful watches, but I just would never wear one. Keeps track of my sleep and heart health. There you go, man. I want to check one of those blood sugar monitor things. They're kind of cool. Chuck, my new Fisher & Fisher SN70s are breaking in really nice. Thanks again, Mikey. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate your business, and I'm glad you are happy. That's what it's all about. What is the AA DAC? It is the audio analog DAC from Italy. It is a DAC that I sell. It's $5,000. And it competes with things that are in the $10,000 range and beats anything under $5,000, in my opinion, and in my customers' opinion as well. Who makes it? The Italians. Audio analog. Yep, but it's ANALOGUE is how it's spelled. Like whatever old English way. Thank you. Mikey, does power equipment conditioners filtering power cables change sound because they're actually cleaning up the mains noise or simply because the current is going through components? Well, yeah, they clean, they isolate noise. Most of the time they're isolating high frequency noise. You know, the wires coming into your house and all the wires running through the walls and all that kind of shit, they pick up noise, man. They pick up radio stations, they pick up cell transmissions, they pick up noise from the your refrigerator when the compressor turns on in your refrigerator or whatever, or your air conditioning, it puts noise up onto the mains, and the power conditioners filter that. Some power cords can do that. Some of them some power cords add capacitance. There's different ways to change the sound, but they don't all work one way. So when they clean up, they do clean up mains noise. That's for sure. There's two different types of noise. There's differential noise and there's common mode, and you need to remove them both from AC mains if you want to have the best clean power. Steve DeHardy, hey Mikey, see you soon. Right on, buddy. Steve is really high on benchmark. He's got a benchmark. I want to say Benchmade. That's my knife. He's got a benchmark amplifier that he really likes. I've sold a couple customers out of those things into Jeff Rowland and stuff like that, and they were happy. But I don't know that Steve has heard anything better at this point. He likes the way their circuit works. They recently just beat out some Jeff Wells stuff. So the Wells is for sale, and the benchmark maybe is going in, or maybe the customer that was selling the Wells is going to wait to see what happens from Steve and I's shootout. Steve is going to bring over this benchmark amp. I guess it's a $3,500 amp. I blow off benchmark because I'm like, oh, those guys, you know, whatever. They came from the Pro Audio, and I've never thought that their DAC was never good, so I don't really care about their amp. Steve is high on it. So Steve's going to bring it over. The first thing we're going to compare to is the Jeff Rowland 125, $4,000 amp, $4,300, whatever. That's the first thing I'm going to put forth to take out. I'm going to try and take out his amp. That's just all there is to it. Because I want to, I mean, maybe I'll learn from it. I'm willing to learn from it. Steve may teach me that benchmark deserves more respect than I give them. That's very possible. So first, I'm going to try and take it out with the Roland 125. If that doesn't work, we're going to put in the Audio Analog AA100 amp, which is a $6,000 Class AB. I'm going to try and take it out with Class D first. And then we're going to, because that's the same price point, then roughly. Then I'm going to try the Audio Analog, and then I am going to the AA100, and then we'll try the Donizetti, which is 250 watts per channel, because I'm pretty sure that one will take it out. Okay. Here we go. We've got Shane calling in. Hey, Shane.
Mikey.
Hey, buddy. How are you, man?
Good, mate. And this one's you on speaker.
Okay, cool.
All right. Sensational. Sorry about the delay.
It's all right, buddy.
I'm here with you now. What's happening, brother?
Well, not too much, man. Are you done with your doctor's thing?
Hey, mate. Yeah, I'm back home. Yep.
Wow, that was quick.
Oh yeah, we're pretty proficient over here. We don't live too far from the doctors, and being an appointment, he was on time, which is very good.
That is rare, dude. Normally they make, you know what?
Rare.
Yeah, you know, it's like anybody that has to wait for your doctor, which we do all the time here in the United States. You come in on freaking time, and then you wait for the guy, you know, and then when you see him, you're like, can I charge you for my time that I'm waiting for you?
I've often thought that. Yeah.
How about we do that? You know?
Yeah. Let's keep you on time, because I'm going to charge you $100 an hour.
Exactly. So welcome to the show. This is
thank you, mate. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. For everybody that's listening, Shane is the Aussie Audiophile. He's got a YouTube channel called the Aussie Audiophile, right? Just like that.
It's called AN, an Aussie audiophile.
Oh, an Oz. Okay, AN, an Aussie audiophile. So you just look up
Yeah,
ANAUSSIEAUDIOPHILE, and you will find
Yes.
Shane's channel. And Shane is the
Thank you, brother.
Geelong, Australia chapter for the Hi-Fi Tribe. And
Absolutely, I am.
yep, and has just recently, I wanted to ask about a couple things. And he recently
Sure.
had, let's start with Bach SSP. What was your experience with it?
Well, that's a big question. Because I did have in here for review the ADO, which is the analog and digital version of the standalone component with its DAC in it and all of the crosstalk cancellation stuff and the DSP and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have the room correction software, wasn't available when I had the unit here. So I released a video, just to give some context here, I released a video on my channel, literally being quite favorable about the first aspect of the video, which was the unboxing of it. And you know how I love those unboxing videos, brother. And yeah, I love yours too. You should do more of them, just quietly. But anyway,
Okay.
but anyway, I was, chassis well built, was boxed well, all those sorts of things. And I was going to do it as a 3-part thing. I was going to do the integration of the unit into my system, and then a final thoughts video on, how I found it.
Okay.
Well, there was immediately after I dropped the first video, I was getting calls from all around the world, but particularly from your neck of the woods over there. And apparently a few people over there were concerned that my review of the ADO would be negative.
Oh, they already knew.
And yeah, well, I think look, I'm a bit like you, man. As you know, I'm a shoot straight from the hip kind of guy. If I don't like something, it's pretty obvious to work out that I'm going to be negative. And I was just essentially just referring to my integrity being very important to me as a reviewer. When I do review something, I'm not a full-on reviewer as such. Things that are in my system that I own, they're my thoughts about them. But things that I don't have any skin in the game on, for instance, like this, I'm going to critically review it. And so anyway, so a long story short, and we'll get to this short, so I won't bore everybody with all the machinations of it. But I am getting in for review before I release any further video on the ADO, which will be coming. And I know a lot of your subscribers are also subscribers on my channel. So to anyone that's listening, Steve and Drago and there's quite a few others that are great contributors on my channel as well as yours, and I treasure them all. But I am going to be getting the Buck for Mac, the current version with all the room correction software, what have you, in here, to have one more crack at this thing before I let go on essentially on my thoughts for the ADO.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to give it. I'm going to leave no stone unturned. I'm going to give it a crack with everything in here, and trust me, you will all be getting. Look, I think I'm going to be the only one that's actually ever going to have done an independent, critical review of this item, because it's been told to me since all this started that the only way you can get one of these things to even talk about it is you've got to buy it first. And my argument with that is, well, then how the hell can that be a critical review when you've just spent whatever large on the thing, because they're not cheap.
Yep.
And you're going to shit all over it after that? Come on.
Of course not.
So I have no skin in the game here. I didn't with the ADO, and I will not with this Buck for Mac. Now I will give some kudos here to the cowboy wearing amongst us here on the YouTube sphere. So
Cowboy
Jason,
junkie.
the Jason is actually sending me his unit, his own unit, all the way over from America. So he's sending it to me for review. So I will give credit to him for that. Edgar will be joining in with me and the founder of this Buck SP thing, and I'll be setting it all up in here in my system. It'll all be covered on my channel, and so anyone that's interested in seeing the whole process unfold, there'll be nothing left hidden. Everything that happens, I will be releasing, including my promise to Jason and others were that I would not release any more information about the ADO until I've had a chance to have the Buck for Mac in here. But my review of the ADO will still stand, and I will be releasing it.
I got you. Okay, cool.
So so that's sort of the nuts and bolts of it. But in just in a quick, synopsis of it all, I did not like it. I did not like the DAC in it. And I had a hunch. I know what DAC chip is in it, but nobody's confirming what DAC chip is in it. I've just heard over 300 DACs, and I'm pretty sure I know what DAC is in that ADO.
Mhm.
Anyway, that beside the point, I didn't like it. I didn't like the DAC conversion in it. And as far as the crosstalk cancellation, the DSP, all of that stuff, I have videos of me putting it in and putting it out that I've not released on my channel yet, and that'll all be coming. And I've had a couple of writers that are audiophile guys that wrote for Soundstage, ex-writers for Soundstage, who are friends of mine that have been in the room here, that when I had the unit in here, and we all thought, and I will say this, that when we turned that thing on, it was almost like $100,000 disappeared out of my system.
Wow. Yeah. Well, let's wait till you try the new one, and then let's
absolutely.
So
look, the Buck for Mac, I'm going to give it a chance, and then I will report back to you guys on your channel, Mikey. So if you'll have me back, I'll be happy to talk to your loyal family and followers about it, and just so that they've got my perspective. And as I said, I want to do some stuff with you, Mikey, anyway, so that we can do a bit of cross-channel promotion and stuff. I do it anyway. I mean, most of the people that are on my channel, I've always recommended they come over and get on yours, because we do think alike about many things in audio.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, cool. All right. So more importantly, let's talk about the Fisher & Fisher.
Yes. So I have the 470 M's in here at the moment, the SN 470 M's currently. And I've been doing a lot of stuff on the channel with them, and I've been testing them, bi-amping them, which is what I'm actually doing at the moment. And I did speak to you about that. I'm lucky that I've got, I must have quite similar outputs between my Vitus monos and my Rotel Michi amplifier. So I'm getting a good combination. I think the best they sound in my system is when I bi-amp them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they're currently set up in here now. But, mate, I have to say, these are, I mean, even in this country, they're dearer than they are in America. But I think they're around 25 USD, aren't they, over there? You're selling them for around that kind of money?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know of a better $25,000 you could spend on a pair of loudspeakers than on these puppies.
Agreed. Yeah. Yep.
I think for that kind of money, I've not heard anything better. So these are quite impressive. I think the slate construction being so inert, there's just no cabinet resonance that I can hear. The drivers just get to do what they do, and they're really quick and fast. They once you drive a bit of current into them, they really light up. I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah, you can juice them, man, and they go there.
Yeah,
they go there. Yeah,
absolutely, they go there.
Yeah.
I mean, these 470s in my room have no right to make the sort of bottom end that they make in my room, but they're really good. They're really good. And then you start really driving a bit of serious clean current into them, and you go, wow, okay, Jesus, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as you go up, it gets even more ridiculous. I did a system the other day with 670s and the Jeff Rowland 555, and it was just like I was just giggling, and part of me is giggling because I know I just sold that to somebody. I'm in their house and I'm like, and I was setting it up. He was upstairs and I was just giggling, knowing when he comes down here and listens, he's not going to even,
he's going to shit his pants.
He's going to shit himself. He's going to be so stoked that he got this,
Nice.
It allows me to under promise and over deliver, which is what I love about the brand.
Yeah. And there's nothing better than that. Nothing better than that at all. Well, I think, I mean, look, my Wilsons are not standard. I've quite happily put my hand up and say that. I've put different tweeter diaphragms in them. I've put different resistors in the back of them. They've got V-series binding posts up and down and all through them, uppers and lowers. They've been modified.
Okay.
Yeah, I've modded them. So I've done that. Plus, I think they work amazingly well with the Vitus amplifiers because they're about as tube-like a solid-state amplifier as I've ever heard in my getting arounds. These amplifiers really have a lovely ethereal mid-range authenticity about them, and they're nearly a million microfarads of capacitance. So you can weld with the things. There's enough current there to just go to town and drive anything, no matter how difficult a load it presents. But as I said, the Wilsons do get down to about 1.8 ohms, 96 hertz, so they can be a little difficult to drive.
Yeah. That'll crush.
They're relatively efficient. Yeah, it will. Yeah, I mean they're efficient at 90 dB, but they will. You're right. They'll just run a lot of amps out of capacitance. Especially at 1.8 ohms. But look, I think the 670 is probably a great. I mean, plenty of people on my channel are saying, how do they compare to the Alexias? Well, it's not a fair fight. I mean, these are a third of the price.
Oh, they're a third. Okay,
100 grand.
They're 100G. Okay, so so for 100G, you'd get the 1000s. 110 is the price of the 1000s.
Well, there you go. I mean, and then I think I'd be having a whole different conversation with you.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So
but now,
I'm very much looking forward.
You couldn't have given it really a better, feedback.
No, look, these are. I mean, you've just got to be contextual. You got to put it into context. These aren't fighting with the Alexias. The Alexias are 2 from the top of the Wilson range.
Right.
The 670 is 2 from the top of the Fisher range. So
right.
I think it's a fairer fight. But I mean, like I think the Alexias in America are about 60. I think 60, 65. I'm talking Australian money here now, funny money over here. So the current Alexias are about 110 here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yes, and these are about 38 to 40K here, the 470s sell here for.
Right. Okay. So the 670s are 40,000. 30
US.
Maybe they're 30. Wait, no, 40,000 US 440 for the 670s.
Yeah, so that's probably about 70,000 of our funny money over here in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
but
what are they called, man? Are they called dollars? Or what are they called?
Yeah, they're still dollars. But when you come over to visit me, man, and we tear the town up, your money will go a fair way.
It will. I can make it rain on the strippers.
Will we ever?
Oh man, we'll go to the kangaroo fights.
Yeah, we're going to go and we'll do all of that. We're going to do Vegemite on toast. We'll film that. We're going to have people see your face when you eat Vegemite on toast.
There you go, buddy.
Mate, we'll tear it up. It'll be good. It'll be good fun.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, but I mean the 470's definitely a very impressive speaker. Jeff from Hey Now Hi-Fi in Melbourne he's the Australian dealer for them, and if anybody on there is over in the States is serious about looking at changing out some speakers, please talk to Mikey about the Fisher and Fisher line, because these things really are the real deal. I don't think they're going to be this cheap for too long, to be honest, because once everybody starts to really get a hold of what these are, you know what happens, inevitably prices go up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Grab them now while you can, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's
So
what I say.
go and see Mikey, you guys. He's about as honest as it gets. And that's why I resonate with him. And I can only talk for what my experience now is with these. And as I said,
the playback designs.
Well, that's right. I mean, really, the playback design stuff is phenomenal as well. As you know, I've got the MPT8 with the Rune core and the server and the older version of that, which was the hamburger with the lot, and the earlier MPD8, the first version of the MPD8, which I still not that I've heard the output stage on the new one yet, but I haven't heard, and I've heard. Take it from me, I have heard more DACs than I can care to remember, and I have not heard anything that is more authentic to the analog output than the MPD8. And I have heard DACs 4 or 5 times that thing's price, and it answers all of them.
Yep. I agree, man. It takes a little time to ferret out these products and bring them to the public, but I bring them to the tribe.
Yeah, but good on you, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, Shane.
Yeah, well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, buddy.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. It's an absolute pleasure to be a guest on the show. I also want to reflect the same thing that the one of the other callers said in the beginning. I was in the car listening to you while I was driving. I think this is a great part of what you're doing now, a bit of a call in with the tribe and people to talk to you about anything they might be on their mind. Good on you for doing that. I think that will only make the live streams grow bigger and badder than they've ever been.
Right on, man. I'll keep it up.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for the feedback. All right, buddy. Okay, take care, man. Have a great day.
No problems. See you, tribe. Bye-bye.
See ya. Okay, so that was Shane checking in from Geelong, Australia. I just looked at something on my desk here. I have a tool right from my toolbox. But you know how we get into talking about things that are quality, and people ask me sometimes about, well, I say sometimes, like, I buy things, I only want to buy things once, it is like with the watches, with the whatever, everything I buy, I try and tell people. And here's a perfect example. I don't know if we can see this up close. Are you getting a focus on it? Get out of the way. It's a snap-on. So my tools are snappies, It's like I'm not a mechanic, but these are professional mechanic wrenches, It's not little, Northern Tool stuff. I don't know why. I just thought I'd bring that up because I know when I see shit, I'm like, okay. Try to tell people that, whatever. Anyways, okay. So Mikey, are there different levels of tribe membership? No, there's not. There's only one, and it's free. Coming up though, as we build the tribe, there will be some things that we're bringing together, and there will be levels. And I will get into that as we graduate, as we evolve. Mikey, any luck with SPL amps? No, nothing about them, man. I think that's another pro audio company. Also, you never answered from last session. Who makes the drivers on the Fisher and Fisher 570s? A German company. What's the extension like on the 570s compared to the 4? What extension? The high end, the high extension? Is that what you mean? They're the same. I'm pretty sure they have the same tweeter. 570 has a more formidable bass. You get bigger woofers. So the 570 is just more powerful. And I know at some point the tweeter gets longer. It's an AMT tweeter made by Mundorf. The reason I can't remember who makes the drivers. It's a German company. He told me, I asked him, he told me, I looked at their website. It was a German company. And they're great speakers, they're great drivers. All I know is that Fisher and Fisher knows what the hell they're doing with speaker manufacturing. You can't just go get a freaking slate box and put speakers in it or drivers in it and expect they're going to sound like this. This is the 40 years of refinement of speaker design, and they know how to do it really well. I mean, they really do. They're so easy to set up. You pop them in the room, set them where you think they should go, and that is almost always exactly where they should go. They take very little. They're very, very easy to set up in a room, and they're easy to drive, and they sound phenomenal. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Robbie. How are you, buddy? Larry, no, Roland 112 AB amp, not Class D. Okay, but sounds better than 125 on my comparison. Is that a question or is that a statement? Mazel tov, mi amigos. RLM TV Red Letter Ministries checking in. He is the Minneapolis Hi-Fi Tribe checking in from Calhoun, Lake Calhoun. And if this man also creates custom scents. Pitch your website, man. Tell us what your website is again. I can't remember what it is, but if you want custom cologne or perfume, I think he does essential oils and exquisite scents. I got a little bit into it. I tried to do that, bro. I've got up there. I've got oud, all this special weird shit that comes from the anus of muskrats and shit like that. You know, it's just like they make cologne out of some of the weirdest shit. But it gives you that animalistic feel, right? You smell it and it brings out the animal in you, evidently. Because it smells like the butt of a muskrat. But it's crazy. It's wild. I want to do that sometime. I just don't, I've been so busy with everything, but I would like to also do that similar thing, not really make it into a business, but just, it would be fun to be able to just I would like to give it to friends, just go, okay, here's how I know that person's personality. Let me create a scent for their personality and then gift it to them. Give them a little bottle of essential oil mix that I made based on how I know their personality to be. So it would be a personalized scent, a cologne. It's not really cologne. It's like essential oils, right? Doesn't have any alcohol or anything in it. So Mazel Tov. Biodynamic DT990, great headphones. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out there, man. I'm not a headphone dude. I would only use it for this. I don't listen to music on headphones. No way. My system is so much better. Have you ever had any luck with NAD? It's not my brand, man. I mean, I don't swim in those waters. Those are mainstream Japanese brands. It's just not where I'm. I don't buy it. I'm not interested in it. It's like, it's not it's not what makes me passionate. I think they're probably good stuff, it's probably NAD, Rotel, what's the other stuff in that vein? There's a handful of stuff that's kind of in that vein that I just don't, it's not even on my radar, honestly, but it might be great stuff. The great systems allow you to really appreciate musicianship. You hear the technique of the performer. Good systems just let you hear the song as sound. Totally. Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. It's like a cymbal. If you hear the cymbal as one sound, you're not hearing, what cymbals sound like. Cymbals are 3 sound: attack, evolution, and decay. And if you can't hear all 3 of those, then you're kind of missing out on what a true high-end audio system can create. PS Audio only product is the SACD transport. Okay. I just use playback. Paul's son did do the Sprout. Okay, so maybe that's the thing. In the inside, the gossip on the inside of the industry was that thing was a flop. John Dunleavy is an Aussie. He's the principal behind the Duntech brand from Australia. Okay, there we go. May he rest in peace. Yes, I know. I saw the audio by Van Alstyne guy, whatever his name was. Van Alstyne died recently. So everybody's going to croak eventually, man. You're going to have, and we're going to, once the old dudes croak, who are we going to have left in hi-fi? It's just going to be the freaking corporate brands where there's no guy. It's just a corporate entity. Now is the time to buy your damn hi-fi, because I don't know, it won't go completely extinct, but the passionates are going to be gone, man. It's just going to be the corporates that keep the thing on life support. And God forbid Apple ever decides to go. Well, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't sell enough volume to do it. But they would kill everybody if they decided to make a foray into high end. Curious as to why Roland hasn't updated their site in a while. Because they don't give a shit. They don't need to. But yeah, trust me, it bugs the shit out of me. I mean, I tell Jeff, Jesus, Jeff, put up the 555, and he's just at a point where he's just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. I've got, it's just, who knows, man. I don't know. I give up. He makes great shit. It's, some people need to read things, to make their decision. It kind of can help. I think it should be up there. I just sent him a text the other day that was like, look, dude, somebody's asking me, they want to research the fucking 555 because they want to buy it from me, but they'd like to go to a website, and they're asking me, what model should I look at on the website? And I'm like, it's not even there. So it bothers me. So call them up, man. Call your senator, call up the company and ask them why the 555. Do it, please. Call up. I mean, if more people call Roland and ask why the 555, maybe they'll get the message. Say, why isn't 555 on your website? I want to buy it, but I'm not going to buy it unless I can read about it. Do it. Sup, Mikey and Tribe, late but here. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know, man. You go back and listen. I don't know that you missed anything. Hello, all from Oklahoma. What's up, Patrick? Welcome. Raleigh, Durham, Mike, but close. Originally New York City. That's right. Yeah, Raleigh, Durham. What did I say? Winston-Salem? Yeah. They all have that hyphen or that slash, right? Winston-Salem, Raleigh, Durham, but close. Originally New York City. That's right. Rocky was from, where were you? The Bronx, right? JCat also makes some great power supplies. They do. I've got one or two. I think I've got two of them. We have tariff in Norway, Sweden too. Yes. What for imports? You mean? Does anyone sell Fisher and Fisher in Canada? I do. I'm your person. You don't have to hear it. You just fucking buy it. I mean, what are you going to go listen to it in some place that's not yours, on some equipment that's not yours? You're not going to, it's not, go to a show, man. Fly to a show and hear them at a show, or something like that. But nope, no one sells Fisher and Fisher in Canada. I sell Fisher and Fisher in Canada. And I don't need to be there. Nobody needs to hear Fisher and Fisher to buy it. Some reason people still think you have to go into a dealer to buy shit. I sell stuff every freaking day that people have never freaking heard. It's based on my words that they buy them. They fully trust me. They send me $150,000. First of all, hope that I send them shit. And second of all, hope that it sounds good. And if I was not making people extremely happy, then they wouldn't buy from me. But my buyers don't need to listen. They buy from me. I have a bona fide return policy. You can go in, you can go to a show. The Fisher and Fishers will be at every single show from now on. Mikey, I got tickets for Joe Bonamassa Blues Cruise with special guest Beth Hart. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Supplements are the latest scam, like diet pills. Totally, man. They're all over the place, the supplements. It's like all of a sudden, they made these little, ways to run a business online and sell your shit on Facebook. And it's like everybody and their brother is now doing shit, It's just like, everybody and their brother's doing a freaking audio channel on YouTube, pretending that they're professionals. And they're just like, who are these guys? Out of left field. Some of these dudes, I'm just like, who the fuck are you? Like, what is your connection to the audio industry? Like, what do you know? What did you own? Did you ever, not meaning what equipment did you own, but what companies did you own? Like where did you even work for anybody in the audio industry? Or you just came in because it looked like fun or something, or you saw, I don't know. It's weird I have no idea. The bigger the YouTube following, it seems the worse useless the content is, like Mr. Beast. Yeah, it's kind of true. I look at the guys that have the most amount of YouTube subscribers in audio, and I don't think anybody's learning anything. They're saying everything is great and whatever, but people fawn over them. You know, it's like whatever. Smart people follow me. Hey, Mikey, my wife and I watched your subwoofer titty video from town. So were you when we were drinking beer and it made us laugh? How did you find it, bro? Did I tell you guys to do that? So I'm going to tell you guys now. If you want to see, that's just funny shit. Okay, so remember how a little bit ago I was telling you I used to be motivated to make videos of funny shit. Search on my channel, do a search for 20 hertz, 20HZ. Maybe it's big H, little Z, or whatever. I don't know that it matters. And you'll see Kajongas at 20 hertz. And really, I should have gotten some big ass old black titties. That would have been the best. Just big black titties in there that went way down into the subwoofer, you know. That would have been the best. That would have been my favorite, but I just didn't have that. So I had to make do, and we got smaller titties. They're still, I think they were like D size, but I needed some big ones to flop into the sub. I took a sub and sat it on its magnet facing straight up. We put it on a stand, and then the titties went into the subwoofer, and then I played different frequencies, and you watch the titties jiggle. That's funny shit. I mean, who else is doing 20 hertz titties at 20 hertz? Nobody's doing that shit. So, and it's funny. I mean, it's because it's ridiculous, because you have to make this shit fun. Otherwise it's boring and stupid and nerdy and fucking lame. Right. So we do fun shit with it. Let's make it fun. Lighten up, Francis. Everybody gets all weird about fucking measurements. My papers say that, the line should go like that, but the line goes like this, and there's too much of a waterfall over there. Let me look at the other thing. Okay, well, this thing doesn't, it's not, I'm seeing too much diffraction over there, and I have to do, God, boring as shit. To me, okay, and to my tribe, maybe not to other people. So I put titties in subwoofers because that's funny, and other things. So maybe I'll get motivated to do that shit again. But I'm glad that I like to entertain. I like to make people laugh. That's been since I've been a grade schooler, even in preschool. I'm a prankster. I'm Dennis the Menace. I'm the class clown. I like to make people laugh. I like to it's fun for me. So I still do it. What is the sensitivity rating of the new bookshelf speaker? 89 dB. I'm really not for taking supplements. I work for a nursing home, and we don't really give older people supplements besides protein and carbs and fish liver oil here in Norway because we don't need it. Yeah, that's cool. I will take some supplements. They're natural, I don't take stuff that's like laboratory synthetics. I'll take natural stuff, different roots or leaves of something or roots of something else or whatever, I have been holding out for the updated MA3i updated. It's okay. 25% tariff will be hard for me to do. Well, check this out. My distributor here in United States foresaw the tariffs and loaded up on those things. So I can still sell them without a tariff on it. Okay. And one has been shipped to me and will be here any day. And then I will compare the regular to the MA3i. And so I'll have one that I can sell to you without any tariff. So if you're serious about it, then holla at a brother. That would be me. What I'm saying is, call my ass, and I'm happy to sell to you. And plus, it's not just buying something from me. When you buy from me, you buy from Mikey, you get the whole experience. You get the whole my consultation. You get, it's a lot more than just selling you a product. Ask anybody who's bought from me, man. It's different. I have a lot different level of engagement with you and your audio system as much or as little as you want. But I actually give a shit about your audio system. Hi, Mikey. Have you heard the AGD solo? I have not. We need healthy food, exercise, and drink much water to stay healthy. That's what I'm drinking tonight is water. Spring water. I have spring water delivered to me in 5-gallon glass bottles. Yes, no loafers. Must be able to move responsibly at all times. Right, man. You know it, brother. You know, you got to have grip, right? Your feet got to stick if you need them to stick, right? They can't be slippery, all slippity slappity. You know, we can't have pimp shoes on. Right? No alligators, man. You fucking slip and fall in that shit. Mikey, you're not a loafer, man. I am definitely not a loafer, dude. If we are low on any values, you should check it up and get it from your doctor. Unfortunate part is I don't trust doctors, and I have to know them. I would have to know a doctor personally, and then I would trust them. But I do not trust big pharma nor the health system here. I just don't trust it. I would trust holistic practitioners, maybe. But even them, man, sometimes you talk to holistic people and they're like, they give you a whole bunch of shit. And when they start talking about homeopathic stuff, I'm like, oh shit, you just lost me, Mikey chat, you know it, buddy. Had a benchmark line stage LA4 and thought nice design and ergonomics, nowhere near as beautiful sounding as Line Magnetic. And then that was nowhere near as beautiful sounding as the Nat that you bought, right? Or did you mean Nat instead of Line Magnetic? Because there's very different brands, man. I think Line Magnetic is Chinese, isn't it? Wells Emirata amp, not that great sounding when I had one. Yeah. Didn't you talk to Harsha about his amps? Is that the one that he has? Abbey Road Studios used Benchmark in their vinyl cutting rig. They also used B&W. Yuck. So I don't know. Who is this on the phone? That last one was Shane, and then before him was Mark. There were two customers, really. Does the MPDA get hot? No. Do you leave it on all the time? Yes. Good, Shane. Get that review out. Good or bad, just keep it real. Yeah, totally. My stream went down under. It's making me do the same. Good evening, buddy. That sucks if your stream went out. Quality tools are important. I hate using cheap Chinese trash tools. Yeah, they break, brother. And even when I just need to do some little thing, I can't buy, cheap. I just can't, man. I can't do it. I'd rather just spend more money and have something that lasts longer. Good, better, and different. I promise you it will be real. It's all I know how to do. That's good. Charles, I just got here. Missed all the fun so far. By the way, SPL hi-fi equipment is manufactured in Niederkrook, whatever. I'm not even going to try and say it. Nutcracker, Germany. That's cool. Hey, Mike. Hey, Cole. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Cole just bought a pair, an audio analog, which ships tomorrow, and a pair of the DAC and the CD transport. It's a kick-ass CD transport, a really good one. So, Cole, let us know if you'll come back and tell us more about the products once you hear them. One of the owner of Fisher & Fisher, did he not used to make high-end car audio? I don't think so. I don't know, though. Hey, Mikey, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings, man. Son of Darth Vader Luke. NAD is Canadian, is it not? I have no idea. NAD Electronics are manufactured in East Asia. The company's headquarters in Canada. Got it. Happy Saturday, Tribe from Houston. What's up, Tribers? Cheers from Luther in Texas. Right on, man. Hey, Mikey, your thoughts on Absolute 50-watt pure Class A 150 watt, absolute. Being able to switch between the two seems pretty neat. 49,000 here in Australia. Never heard of it, buddy. You can let us know how it is if you're getting one. Who makes it? Absolute from Audio Analog. Oh, that one. Right. From Audio Analog. I haven't heard it yet, man. That's a lot of money, man. I mean, that's my first thought. I've saw it, and I looked at it and I looked at how it was built, and it's also very expensive here too. And I'm like, hard for me to get on board with the 50 watt Class A. However, that one looks like it would be very high current. Like, I don't think there's any speaker that thing couldn't slag, or slay rather. So maybe I'll give it a shot, but it's just typically if I'm going to spend 49 grand, I want something that's not just like a faceplate put on with aluminum heat sinks and a sheet metal chassis. You know what I mean? I carry the stuff that I think is really good value. And I'd have to listen to it actually to give you but I would imagine that it's great because Audio Analog stuff is pretty consistently great. Especially, the components. Not sending cash to a USA dealer. Sorry, then don't do it. USA is shitting on us. Boycott. Don't buy them. That's why I'd be interested if someone in Canada was selling it. Maybe I'll try Europe. Yeah, do it. Go for it. I can ship to you in Canada direct from Germany. It doesn't have to come through the US. But whatever. Buy from whoever the hell you want. Doesn't matter to me. As long as they're selling speakers, that's what I'm here for. Help the brand. Hey, Mikey, late but here. Thanks for another live stream. Like the stream, everyone. You bet, Jasper. Welcome. Smart people watch you and the dudes from Tubes and More. What's Tubes and More? Hey, Mikey, what's up, William? Tell Paul, why wouldn't you trust Mike? I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's a shill. USA tariffs, boycott USA. Yeah, but you can boycott USA, but you don't have to. I can ship to you direct from Germany where you wouldn't have a tariff. Okay, so let me make that clear to you. I can ship to you, tariff included, where you would pay me one price and it would show up to your door in Canada direct from Germany. It would have nothing to do. You would pay me here. Well, if you're boycotting American products, what are you doing on YouTube? Too fucking shay. There you go. So I put titties in subwoofers because that's funny and other things. Best quote all year so far. Fuck it, man. I mean, look, that's how I am with this shit. It's just like it's all stupidness to me. All these dramatic drama. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Oh, oh my God, this thing measures wrong. This thing, it's just fucking drama. It's stupid shit, man. Listen to the system. Listen to the gear. Does it sound good? Do you like it? If you like it, great, buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it, or if you don't like it, have somebody fix it, or whatever. It just doesn't, it's just, so I put titties in subwoofers because that's funny. And then I do other things, right? I can't even remember what the other shit that we did. I dressed up as like the dude, or I did a Jamaican, I did some things like Saturday Night Live, at first, but then I realized afterwards, maybe it looks like I'm making fun of, I was doing it just because I was in the spirit of having fun, but I think in this day and age, people might take it wrong. Everybody's really sensitive about shit, so I had to kind of stop it. I felt like, because people might take it wrong, because I did like a Jamaican thing where I was smoking a big spliff and like, and Jamaican Thanksgiving or something like that. I do goofy dances or whatever if I'm feeling it. Yeah, so tariff on everything, import, export, and income. So this is he's talking about Norway. Tariff on everything, import, export, and income paid 67% tax last year. Holy shit. My daughter took the license on car now. It was $3,000 just to take the shit they need to go through. Holy crap, man. They want to keep you indentured. It's called indentured servitude. You know, it's basically slavery under the auspice of being free. Supposedly you're free, but really you're a slave to the tax man. That's horrible. 67% is ridiculous. You start a fucking church, man. That one brother, what's the old saying? Always wear running shoes to a drug deal. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Sorry, that's okay, man. Line magnetic. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't talking about that. He was talking about Nat, especially since Mikey's in Georgia. Red state for sure. Boycott. Oh, totally funny. Do it. Boycott it, man. Boycott it. We don't care. We're not going to miss you. What's up, audio degenerates? Found my endgame speakers. Nat preamp incoming tomorrow. That's right, from me. Then Cancun, quit my job, and on to retirement. Life is good. There you go, buddy. Way to go, Luan. He's our San Jose chapter representing in San Jose, California. Can I do a Kajunga unboxing video? There you go. Oh, that would be funny. How could I work that out? Yeah, I might just dip into that again, just to make fun. I want to do a parody, I want to do parody video shit where I'm making fun of the audio industry, which would be funny. Like, just do the full on, like, guy in a lab coat with his measurements, and then like some microphone with like a garter tied around it, and then show him like listening with like broccoli in his ear, like, because really that's all it is. Somebody's measuring it with some goofy ass microphone that's nowhere near what the factory used. And then they think it holds water, and then they're putting it on their laptop using their software. They're not even measuring it the same way the factory does. And they're hearing it with their ears, which is the broccoli in their ear, right? I might have cauliflower, you might have a carrot, right? I mean, everybody hears different. So this guy's got broccoli in his ear. Well, through my broccoli, it sounds like, but they wouldn't even admit the broccoli. They just go, well, it sounds wrong. But we would be able to see that there's broccoli in the ear. Something sounds like not right. And we could see their broccoli. And that's just like what a joke this shit is. It's just a joke. Just, listen to the, and really, it's weird because it makes me think about like when I named my channel and what I was doing with my audio was very much a different attitude than I have now. The Playback Designs DAC changed my whole trajectory of hi-fi. It got me across the line, and I can nail it on that one piece, man. After that, it was like, holy shit, you actually can hang this up. I actually don't have to keep buying and selling. I can actually be satisfied. I was like, damn, this is way cooler. And then I was like, okay, so now I got to tell people about it. And so now it's not OCD hi-fi guy. It's almost like, get over it, hi-fi guy, like satisfied audio guy. Like I'm not OCD about it anymore. I'm very particular. I have to have it has to be a level. It has to have magic. But then I don't want anything to do with it after that. Then I want to go ride bikes, go do other shit, anything, man, anything, but rather than getting all freaking super myopic and like hyper focused and obsessed with equipment. It's not a healthy place, man. Can you ship to Australia from Germany? Yes. It probably wouldn't be fair because there's already a dealer there. So it would probably depend on where you are in Australia and where that dealer is. If you are in the same metro giant city where that other dealer is, then no, I couldn't do that. That wouldn't be fair. And then I would need to ask Fisher and Fisher if that guy, say the guy's in Melbourne, I'd have to find out, does he have an agreement for all of Australia or only for Melbourne? You know, and if he's only for Melbourne, then maybe I could ship to, you know, somewhere else, you know, Sydney or whatever. But I'd have to ask. So all you got to do is just call and ask. Tall Paul, who cares if it's a red state? You live in leftist Canada. Trudeau is the worst. Oh yeah, blackface Trudeau. Look past the politics. Look past the politics. Yeah. You cool, brother. I follow your channel for about 3 years now. Right on, man. When are you gonna buy something? I don't recognize you. I definitely haven't talked to you on the phone. You gotta call sometime, man. It's all good. You can still join. You don't have to. That's not the point, Mikey. Not giving money to USA businesses or made in USA products. Okay, cool. I don't care, bro. I mean, you know, I hope it works out for you. You know, you sound upset, and I'm sorry, but I didn't do it to you. Fisher and Fishers are made in Germany. Yes, they are. You got it 100%. Tall Paul or tall troll? Yeah, tall troll. Whatever. He acts like Canada is like it's so inconsequential to any of us in the United States. We're like, Canada. What the fuck is that? It's like, isn't that where the abominable snowman lives? You know, people go for skiing trips there. Okay, cool. How are the Tonians sounding? I have not had them back in, man. I've been listening to the panel speakers that I have. The Tonians are, I got an initial idea of what they are, and I'll put them back in and spend some more time with them. But they're not going to fill my room, right? There's something for a little bit more of a near field type experience, you know. So it's a different whole sort of a thing. I will go back to them. There was something very unique and special about them, and I want to hear them again. But I'm breaking in the panels right now, and that's what I've been listening to. I suspect that an 18-watt single-ended triode would not be able to drive. It definitely would be able to drive them, but you know, it's like I'm not into suggesting or building systems that just work. Okay. So in other words, with a Fisher and Fisher, depending on which one it was. Okay. So I think I had 30 watts on them, 20 or 30 watts. It was 20. Let's see. Cause we were on low power, maybe 20 watts at Capitol Audio Fest. And it was more than enough on the floor, the monitors. So depending on which one you have, if you have anything bigger, if we had like, you know, 470s or something, we could tap out your amp, you know, turn it up and it would tap out. You know, I was tapping out some certain Class A amps that had 60 watts. Oh, no. I'm sorry. That wasn't with the Fisher and Fisher. You know, it may work well. Now that I think about it, the one that was tapping out amps was the panel. But the Fisher and Fishers are easy to drive. They're not as easy as like, you know, what, 8 ohm, 95 dB speakers, but there's very few that are like that aren't like horns or whatever. So it can drive them for sure. An 8-watt set, like a single 300B, you know, it would still drive them, but I don't know that it would be, you know, maybe I should do a video. I've got some 8-watt amps. And show you guys like how good they sound with low wattage. Y11 stereo, what's the history there? Maybe get the Hi-Fi Tribe URL. I do have hifitribe.us, I believe. I've got a bunch that I don't use, dude. I've got totaldickweed.com. I've got hundreds of URLs. 11 stereo because I go one louder. I go one more. I go the extra mile. So I'm one more than 10. If 10 is the best, 10 is max, Mikey is 11. Okay. So that's why it's 11 stereo. Because I go one farther than anybody else. Thanks, Jasper. Man, been a long journey. You know it. Boycott only hurts the man, woman in the street. The big ones will grow as long as the people act like sheep. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's like doesn't hurt me, you know. Again, Canada's no man's land, man. It's like they're like it's like I think the Canadians sell far more into the United States than the United States sells into Canada in hi-fi. You know, the dealers that I talk to up there, they all sell down here. They don't and it's a good part of their market. Heinz Fisher went to Car Audio, but Thomas Fisher owns the company now. I've read somewhere. Maybe Heinz doesn't work there. Yeah, he doesn't. Spinal Tap, you got it. That's right. You picking up what I'm laying down. This baby goes to 11. Okay, Spinal Tap. Yeah, exactly. Can you hear the sustain? It goes to 11. Well, isn't that just the same as going to 10 on the other amp? But it's one louder. Yeah, so I'm one louder. I'm one more. Okay, guys, 2 hours. I'm out of here. I got to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I will see you all on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I got freaking jury duty. Can you believe that? Tell me if you think I'm going to get kicked out or if they're going to hire me, if they're going to keep me or not. I don't know if they'll pick me. I'm going to read tonight how to get whatever, not how to not get picked for jury duty. Anyways, all right, y'all. Peace. See ya. And have a good one until Wednesday. Same bat place, same bat channel. See ya.